What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's Professor Anime. Welcome back to another video. In today's video, guys, I am here to bring you all a little discussion video yet again on Re:Zero. It's not going to be more like a review of episode 2, but it's going to be more of a discussion type of video for episode 2 of Re:Zero. So, let's get into it. So we are back on another video of Re:Zero today, tackling episode 2. And my impressions of this episode was pretty much the same that we got in episode 1 of Re:Zero. However, I will say that Re:Zero episode 1 was slightly better in terms of this episode, in my personal opinion. But still, with that said, I still don't really have a overall, good impression about this series. I mean, I want to enjoy this series, I really do. I want to get into it. I want to enjoy it as much as you guys are enjoying it, but at the same time, nothing is really doing it for me when it comes to this series. I mean, the characters seem bland. I mean, we really haven't learned much about them to begin with. The story, we don't really know much about what's going on with the story either. All we know about the story right now is that some guy ends up, winding up in a fantasy world, and every time he dies, he can basically revert back to his checkpoint, which is basically the guy who sells tomatoes and other fruit and all that stuff. So, I mean, yeah, when it comes to the characters, they're not really relatable. When it comes to the story, we don't really know where it's heading. And even in episode 1, the main character said, "What the hell is going on?" That's what I am thinking right now when it comes to this series, The atmosphere of the series is pretty interesting. I really like the atmosphere of the series. However, it's just with these little qualms that I have with the series, it's like, I don't know if I can really get into it as much as I would like to. And a lot of people are going to compare this series to Steins Gate because technically this is the same studio from what I've heard that, ended up making Steins Gate. But at least Steins Gate had a better execution with its series. When it comes to Re:Zero, I feel lost as all hell. I really do. I mean, and I feel like the story is going nowhere. I mean, we have it in this episode. Basically, our main character dies yet again, and he reverts back to the starting position to once he once was. And from what I seem like I'm getting out of this series, like every time he dies, he learns to basically, act differently compared to how he ended up doing previously. Because in episode 1, where he ended up meeting those thugs that, he pretty much, pummeled them to the ground. And in this episode, we saw him try to ignore them. However, he ended up getting stabbed by them and dying. And now, again, it seems like, he ends up calling a guard, some help, when it comes to situations like that. And then he ends up bumping into his murderer that we ended up seeing in episode 1. And then in this episode, we see Satella, actually open up the door at the tavern at the very last part of this episode. Like, it just doesn't seem like we're going anywhere. So yeah, when it comes to this series, the pacing is really, really slow, and the world building is slow to begin with in terms of, what is foreshadowed for events to come later down the line. All that we really have gotten hints at is that pretty much, Subaru has now found out that he can now time leap and act differently according to how he previously acted out in certain events. And it seems that every time he ends up dying, people end up forgetting about him. And it seems that the characters that he ends up completely coming across, they become more important to him by every time he ends up dying. However, they could care less about him to begin with, So, I don't know. I don't really know about Re:Zero. Like, I want to enjoy this series. I really, really do. But at the same time, I really don't know if it's an anime for me. If anything, I will, be checking out this anime as the episodes release, just to keep up to date on, how good Re:Zero is. However, as far as reviewing them goes, like, I don't really know if I will be able to review this series because, I don't want to make more videos like this in terms of, me just hating on the series in each and every episode. I mean, that's not what I'm doing. I'm just stating my opinion, my overall, thoughts and discussions on, the episodes in general. I mean, if you guys want to see more videos like this on my personal thoughts, then that's probably what I'll do instead of doing a review for this series. But if you guys do want to see more reviews of Re:Zero, let me know in the comments down below. It's just, so far, from what we have seen of Re:Zero, nothing has really surprised me and made me go like, this is very interesting now. Like, I'm liking that, So, I don't know when it comes to this series. Like, I want to enjoy it, but at the same time, I don't know if it's a series that I can end up reviewing. But if you guys want to see more reviews of this series and think that maybe I should just give this a little bit more time to flesh out in coming episodes, then I will try my very best to do that. Or if you want to see more discussion videos, type videos like this, where I basically just give my overall thoughts and impressions on what I thought about the episode and where the series could lead, then I mean, I could do that as well. But just let me know your overall thoughts and opinions on what I should do. So yeah, again, just so everybody knows, I'm not hating on this series whatsoever. So far, it just doesn't seem anything like I can get into at the moment from what I have seen of Re:Zero. However, when it comes to Steins Gate, on the other hand, like, that series blew me away, and it seemed to have a better premise and execution compared to this series so far. That's at least my personal opinion. So again, I'm not hating on this series. I'm just, giving my overall thoughts. I do see promise within the series. However, I don't really see anything special about it at this moment in time. So yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below on what you thought about this episode of Re:Zero, and if you think I should keep on going with it, at least give it a few more episodes to try out, or if you just want to see more discussion videos on this, or if you just want me to drop the reviewing of the series entirely. Let me know in the comments. And of course, if you like this video, go ahead and give it a like if you want to. And if you want to stay up to date with my future content on this channel, please hit that red subscribe button below, and you will never miss a video from me. That about does it for this video, guys. Love you all. Thank you for all of your support that you have been giving me in these past few videos. It really means a lot. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.